Because we have found that when clients try to negotiate a deal on their own, you can get a bit emotionally triggered. Well, where it can impact your ability to communicate with your spouse and impact your ability to really see clearly and lucidly and logically figure out who's entitled to what by when. As a divorce attorney, we see our assets in buckets. We're not financially triggered by whether you need to divide one retirement account or whether the money's going to come from the income you're receiving from real estate properties or the income you're receiving as a W-2 employee or a distribution or whatever it is. To us, it's money's on a balance sheet. And maybe those numbers, maybe we're going to be working with a forensic accountant or somebody else to get somebody else involved who is an expert in a specific field. Because as divorce attorneys, we're going to stay in our own lane and we're going to give you divorce advice on exactly what we are qualified to give you advice on, right? Because we're anxious lawyers. We're not going to color outside the lines and try to give you advice on complicated corporate tax strategies. We might be able to tell you who's the best expert to do that. We might be able to give you broad strokes advice. But when it comes to really narrowly tailored, expert seasoned advice, we're those people for divorce law. And we know what we're not those people in. And we're going to steer you to those people. We do have clients that try to do it themselves at the very beginning. They sabotage their relationship with their ex, and then eventually they decide they're going to relinquish control over their divorce. And they only decide this after they realize it's not going to work. And then we can take over and we can try to be your hero and save the day. But you've usually, kind of sabotaged the goodwill where then things may be required that wouldn't have been required. Maybe we have to go to court to get your ex to do something reasonable because, you've triggered him or her in a way where they're now unwilling to do the reasonable thing.